great humility and appreciation, and with a great sense that they belong to my ancestors, especially the women in my family. Thank you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover, in it to win it for the long haul, baby. Marsha Jews, how you living?
I'm just peachy.
Marsha, what can go wrong will go wrong, but you just got what? I have a dear friend. She over in East Baltimore. She from Gary, Indiana.
Who's from Gary? You know somebody from Gary?
Ain't she from Gary?
No, that's 60 miles away. I'm from South Bend.
Oh yeah, South Bend, Notre Dame.
Yes.
And she always says, "Keep it moving."
Yes, because that's my life motto.
Keep it moving.
Keep it
What she
moving.
mean?
Because you can't be still. You got to work through whatever your stuff is. You got to work through foolishness. You got to work through people that get in your way and want to prevent you from doing what you want to do. And you got to keep it moving because you're on your own mission.
I wish somebody wished me. This the Talk Smack show, okay? This is the special Talk Smack edition. Because I've been holding this at least for 24 hours.
Okay.
I know what people mean when they say Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
But I tell them it wasn't all that damn happy for the Indians.
Not at all.
Can you imagine telling the Indian Happy Thanksgiving?
They don't do that. They don't say that. That's not what they say. That's not what they do. They're not interested in that at all. That's not what they do.
A shout out to the indigenous peoples across America.
Mm-hmm.
I say 12 million of them killed, according to one number.
So between the Africans and the Indians, they've killed the majority of our ancestors. Think about that. The Africans are on.
And let's not forget the Black Indians. There were Black Indians.
Yes. Well, I guess I just clumped them all together, but yeah. So you got regular Native Americans, and then you got Black Indians, and then you got Black folks who were brought over by as slaves, minding their own business.
I'm of the understanding that there were Black people already here in America.
Oh no, I wasn't here.
There were Black people already here in America.
Different places. How did they? Who said that?
That there were Black people already here. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Who? What? Where did you read that?
Well, for one, my father told me that his grandmother was Blackfoot Indian. Molly Morton.
Molly Morton.
Did you have any Indian in your family that you were told of?
No. My mother did not. I wasn't raised by my mother. She had me and gave me to my father and his wife, and Pauline raised me.
I'll tell you
Thank
something.
you,
They got
Jesus.
this thing, Ancestry.com, and Ancestry.com makes no allowances for Native Americans,
What? How is that possible?
for Black and Native Americans.
Well, that's why we got to handle our own business. That's why we have to handle.
Ancestry.com is on some hocus pocus stuff.
Yeah.
Because what they do is they do sampling of DNAs.
Mm-hmm.
And
But they
they've
don't know.
never done a sampling of Black people and our interrelationship with the indigenous peoples.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, haven't you been to New Orleans and Florida and you've
Mm-hmm.
seen, like Mardi Gras, they got the Black Indians.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that all Black people came here by way of a slave ship. I think there were Black people already here.
I don't know. I think that as Black people, we have gone through so much just minding our own business. And folks decided that they wanted to do other for us, to us. It's real deep. Hmm. So what you got up for today?
Plugging these books. It's Black Friday.
Okay. So you've got journalpreneur, you
Yeah, that's
have
the
the
new one.
entrepreneur, apologetically black,
Unapologetically Black.
unapologetically black, and then you've got I Am Black Wall Street. I
Yeah.
need to write my book. I haven't done that. I need
What's
to
the
do
whole
that.
lot?
Oh no, trifling. I need to do that.
You got a lot to write about.
Yeah. I've had some very interesting experiences.
Hey, Marsha,
Hey
say hello
Doni.
to Andy Havas.
Hi Andy. How are you? Hope all is
Guess
well.
where Andy is?
Andy
Guess where Andy
is
is? She's in
Florida.
Hungary. She's in
Oh,
Hungary.
in Hungary. Oh,
And
wonderful.
this lady is a huge supporter. Andy, I don't know if you want to join us, but I'm going to put the link in the chat anyway. I would love for you to come on and say hello, Andy. There you go. There's the link. She's all the way from Hungary and never met this lady in person, but she has just been a huge moral supporter from all the way across the water. Isn't that amazing? You can get so much love from a stranger and then the people right there beside you.
Mm, that's a whole
Sometimes,
that's a whole show. That's a whole show.
yeah. You never
That's a
know when you're
whole show.
entertaining an angel.
Hmm. Or the devil. That part.
So, Marsha, I saw a photo. It had Mayor Brandon Scott, black mayor. It had Wes Moore, black governor. It had Anthony Brown, black attorney general, and it had Angela also Brooks, first black U.S. senator from Maryland.
Well, at least there was one lady in there.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about it from a gender issue. I was thinking more like now that we have these blacks in
Oh,
these positions.
what's going to come out of it? But they've made a commitment, right? They've made a commitment to change our communities for the better.
That's what they say.
Hmm. But we're going to believe them. We're going to believe them.
Didn't Martin O'Malley tell us to believe? Believe.
They said they were going to do it. They made the commitment. So, yeah. So they've made that commitment. They got to stand by it. That's real. You can't have these conversations and make this decision that you're going to run for office. But, what are you doing? And how do we do a survey, not necessarily a survey, but an analysis of whether or not they've accomplished whatever they say they're going to work on. We have to be steadfast with that. If you saying this is what you're going to do and this is what you're going to make happen, then you got to do it. That's your word. How do we change that? How do
We
we
come
make
from
them accountable?
people don't honor their word, and I'm not talking
Hmm.
about them. This is black elected officials aside.
Period. Yeah.
Honoring your word just seems to
Hmm.
be a
Mm.
foreign concept a lot of times.
Why is that?
Character,
Mm.
character. I got to give Brandon Scott
Scott?
one acknowledgement. He ain't get his hand caught in no cookie jar.
Nope. He's handling his business. And what do they call it? He is laser focused. That's the piece. He's focused.
Isn't that something that I'm just glad he ain't get his hand caught in the cookie jar? Because we've run across too many instances where there's been that type of scenario.
Hmm.
And
But I
and
think,
it does harm to the city and the people. I mean, I think it's damaging to the self-esteem.
yeah. Well, when you have been one of however many hundreds of thousands of people who decided that they were going to vote for you, then the expectation is that you are going to be filled with integrity, purpose, honor, and commitment, and others, but you have to stand behind what you say you're going to do. You're going to have to be the person that you said that you are. Period.
Your word is all you got. That's what my daddy told me, especially as a
Hmm.
black man. Your word is all you have.
Yep. And if you don't honor that, then I have no business talking to you, because if you're going to be dishonorable on just basic stuff, then I can't trust you with some real stuff. For real. I don't want to play with people. I want to be around people with integrity and character.
That's
I don't
everything.
want that.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
right. I don't want all that foolishness.
Is that what frustrates you? The fact that people just don't honor their word anymore?
Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you can't do it, say, I can't do it. And be open and straight up. Don't be playing games. You're grown folks. Why are you doing that? You say, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to be. And I went into a doggone on a Tuesday, went into the little school down the street to give my vote and to believe in you. Then why are you up there if you're not going to honor everything that you said you're going to be and do? Period. And I'm not unapologetically, as you say, I'm unapologetic about that. Donnie, this is not a joke. People are playing games, they're getting out there, they're running, but then what? Who are you? And then all this other stuff starts rising to the top. It's not right. You get the little money, you roll on like it's okay, but it's not okay. People that are in position, I don't care to what level, to the president of the United States, you have to honor what you said you were going to do. And I made a conscious decision to go into that booth and vote.
And so, I put a piece up. Come on, Vanya, cut your camera on. I put a piece up yesterday. Your picture's on bmorenews.com right now. You,
Who, Verda?
Marsha
What is?
Jews.
Oh, for what?
It's a plug for the black press.
Oh, well, thank you for including me. That's nice. Do you have a picture that you can show me? Us?
Why we should support the black press. Yes.
Okay.
And by the way, Baltimore City giving away laptop computers. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Where?
But you got to call a number,
Okay.
and then they send you up Reisterstown Road.
Okay. So you're gonna give us the number?
Yeah. Well, you told me to do two things. One, I'm trying to get you your picture.
Okay. Ooh, this hair is gray, child.
Well, not everybody get to go great. People dropping out here like flies.
I'm grateful for it.
And young people too.
Mm-hmm. It's horrible. We need to be talking about that too.
What's that?
About our young people.
Yeah, I mean, it came up in the interview with David Miller that so many young people are leaving here.
Yeah. So many issues.
What you been working on otherwise?
Just getting ready for the upcoming Black Engineer and trying to create a new thing. And that's the biggest thing right now.
I'm more of a PC person than
And a laptop.
yeah.
Hmm. I like.
Um,
Okay. Oh, everybody's outside. Oh, that looks like me with the hair outside. Where were y'all? Where were we? Where was
we were
that?
in front of Kevin's spot.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good picture. Oh gosh, look at everybody.
Now I'm gonna get deep
Diana
on it.
Glover.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm gonna get real deep,
Oh, real deep.
real deep.
Real deep.
Never
Uh-oh.
said, never said on this show before.
Where are my hip boots? Real deep.
That picture was taken on March 16th of 2022.
Stop. Really?
March 16th is National Black Press Day. That is the day
Wow.
that is the day that the first black newspaper was born.
Wow. NMPA.
And I write about it in my latest book, Journalpreneur.
And we can buy that where?
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles.
I love it. Okay.
And it's even got pictures in it. Matter of fact, the pictures boosted the production costs.
That looks good, Doni.
Yep. Matter of fact,
Oh, look at that.
Dr. Tanya Jeffries inspired me to put the pictures in it. But listen. March
Okay.
16th was the day that the Black Press was born. We took that picture 2 years ago. March 16th is also the day my mother got her wings.
Wow.
So for 37 years, I
Wow.
managed to make it through that day. And then 2 years ago, I learned that that is also the day that the black newspaper in America was born.
Look at you.
It felt like God just kissed me on the forehead.
No question.
Now,
No question. That's beautiful.
well, I'm getting ready to get deep. I told you I was going to get deep. That's life.
I love it. Yes.
March 16th is the day the first black newspaper was born.
Mm.
Now, as I kept saying that to myself, something just wasn't clicking
Okay.
because it comes from the presumption
Uh-huh.
that there were only black newspapers here in the United States.
That's not the case.
You not following me. We talk about Freedom's Journal, Sam Cornish, John Russworm, New York City, 1827. Everybody knows Frederick Douglass had the North Star. He was in Rochester, New York, came down to New York City. We get that. But we are so parochial in our thinking. Because We are of the assumption that only blacks in America had a damn newspaper and that blacks only speak English.
Not the
So
case.
I go to digging. I'm like, is it possible that Freedom's Journal, which we know is the first black newspaper, was not the only first black newspaper? 1827. I come to find out, you can get the whole story in this book, Journalpreneur, that the first black newspaper was in Sierra Leone.
Oh, really? It's still Africa. Understood. Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't the first black newspaper be in Africa?
Makes sense to me.
But our thinking is, I'm black press, I'm a black journalist, I'm American. And we make the mistake of falling into that thinking because we are geographically isolated,
right,
as a nation,
right, and as a people,
that there are other people of color, and they got a damn laptop and a typewriter and a printing press. So Sierra Leone was at least 20 years earlier.
I love it.
And then after them, I found, and this is just according to my research, I'd love somebody to challenge it. I dare you. The second black newspaper was in Haiti. And it only makes sense. 1804, 1807, Haitian Revolution going on. They kicked the French out, kicked Napoleon in his hind parts. Kicked him square in his derriere. And Haiti is paying for it to this day. They pay
no question.
For kicking Napoleon's hind parts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
that's why you'll never hear anything good about Haiti in your lifetime, because Haiti represents the strongest black people in the Western Hemisphere.
And they made a big commitment too.
Now we're getting deep.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really asked you, and when I talk to black women, the story gets a little twisted, but I'm going to put it to you. Did Kamala do her best job?
Best job? What does the best job mean?
Running for office. Was that her best?
I don't think
or
so.
was she put in a pickle?
Or, that could have been the best that it could be for her.
Did Biden leave her hanging?
I think that Kamala wasn't ready for what she needed to be ready for. And I'm not going to bring anybody else into it because this was Kamala. And Kamala had the ability to be or not to be. Period.
Joe may have left her hanging, and then some people say she should have went through the election at the Democratic National Convention versus the selection.
I think that her ego was bigger than her ability.
What do you mean?
I think her ego was bigger than her ability to be president of the United States. I don't think that, for me, she was not prepared properly. And to me, I think that she should have carried herself differently. The seriousness that I thought she was going to bring, she didn't.
One black lady said black women are damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they're too stuck up, too standoffish, that's what they'll be characterized. If they're too happy and approachable, then that's criticized.
I'm only speaking to how she presented herself when she spoke to audiences and how she carried herself. in a world that's filled with people who have issues about women and people who have issues around women of color. And I just think that um, if she'd done it a little differently, I think she would have gotten more support than what she received and what she attracted.
Hey, Michael Randolph, I see your comments, and I've been wanting to talk to you. Why don't you come on in here, Michael Randolph? I should take a moment and pause that we lost an advocate over here in Sandtown. This is the guy who actually introduced me to the Sandtown viewpoint.
Hmm.
I don't think I met you at that juncture, but I was the editor of the Sandtown newspaper for some years back in the
Oh,
90s. And Jerry Cross, God rest his soul, he's going home. And his homegoing celebration is coming up next Thursday, which is the date of our soiree.
hmm.
So I'll have a homegoing service to go to. And then, are you coming to the soiree? Oh, that's right.
Uh,
You're the co-host.
I thought so.
You and Rodney Barris, Mr. Missing in Action.
Okie dokie.
Tyrone Taborn is doing some things to change the trajectory. Did you ever think he would bring the Black Engineer of the Year awards back? And look, help me out. Is it Black Engineer of the Year awards, or is it be everything you what?
R.
Okay, what's that?
Be everything you are. That's the A.
Suppose I
It's
want to call it Black Engineer of the Year awards.
you can still do that. You can still do that. The Black Engineer of the Year Awards. You don't have to call it BEA, but it's an acronym that people like to use.
So I'll tell you this. Nobody does an event like Tyrone Taborn. This cat brings in people from, admirals, generals.
Yeah, there's a whole department, quote unquote, or a whole section of Stars and Stripes. And there, as a matter of fact, the person who is now the Secretary of Defense, General Lloyd Austin, is a part of Stars and Stripes. And so all of the top 4, 3, 2, and 1-star generals are all part of Stars and Stripes in the United States military. And General Austin is Secretary of Defense.
I got a phone call the other day, Thanksgiving Eve, from Catalina Bird,
Oh, how's she doing?
talking major smack.
Good.
I just want to say for the record, I'm not scared of Catalina Bird.
Why not?
She intimidates a lot of people. I'm not intimidated. She takes up for you like, never before.
Because that's my sister. That's a Pisces.
Two of
Twins.
you, both of
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, we don't be playing. That's my girl.
She has a tendency to make threats.
Oh, yeah. Then she'll fulfill them. But ain't nobody better to be up in your corner, though. She ain't playing at all.
I agree, but she'll try to hold you hostage with that
That's
too.
okay. But we already know that, right? We already know that. So we just know it and keep it moving. That's the beauty of our circle.
I'm gonna throw some holy water on her.
I want to be there the day that you do. You better have on your scuba gear, brother. That we know.
Like, cool down.
She ain't doing none of that.
She talked about me, and she's no different.
Because y'all just alike. It takes one to know one.
Really?
Really.
So what's up with this city? Let's talk about your favorite topic, education.
Ooh, can we get a new superintendent?
Apparently not. I just want to know, with all these blacks in these positions, what's going to change? Like, are they going to end slavery?
That's cold.
Can we get 40 acres and a mule?
At least one.
Here go this cat. It looked like he got a new backdrop. His camera ain't working all that high, but we'll take it. What's up,
Morning,
Michael?
Marshall. How did I feel y'all today?
Hey, how you doing, Michael? How come
I'm
you're
blessed.
blurry?
I'm
Why are
blessed.
you
I'm in my
blurry?
new house.
Yay! Congratulations.
Oh,
Oh yeah, God was good. He blessed me, so I'm very thankful.
Right on.
praise the Lord.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
God's good.
So you a big fan. So Michael, you got a lot of commentary, and let me just thank you for being a very faithful supporter of this show. It was not Harris, it was the Democratic Party as a whole, it was the economy. Okay, so and you've had the benefit of hearing a lot of our shows. You know what we've discussed. And you seem to be an expert on this topic. So why the
I do my
Kamala?
research. It wasn't what she did or didn't do. It was the fact that the Democratic Party was seen as a party that was failing in terms of the economy as well as the immigrants. I have black friends in Chicago that was Democrats, men, and they turned Republican. A lot of people I was really surprised of that were black that was turning Republican because they lost faith in the Democratic Party.
Why?
Well, they lost faith because they didn't think they was doing enough on the economy, even though they were, and they wasn't doing enough on immigrants. And a lot of people was really mad because of the immigrants. Every time you turn on your TV, you hear about them getting all this money in cash assistance, as well as food stamps, as well as shelter. But yet black folks and other folks were not benefiting from it. And that's why he won so well in all of those different states. It caught everybody by surprise. Now, had that man won maybe by a small margin, then we could say, oh, it was something else. But because he won like he won across the board, one has to think, why? And you think it's not just one person, the vice president. It has to go deeper than that. And by the way, I did vote for her, and I'll vote for her again because I think she was a good candidate. Those are my observations.
I wanted to share this quote with you and see if I can get your thoughts. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. H.L. Mencken in the Baltimore Sun in 1920 said, as democracy is perfected, the office of president represents more and more closely the inner soul of the people. We move towards a lofty ideal. On some great and glorious day, the plain folks of the land will reach their heart's desire at last. And the White House will be adorned by a downright moron.
Well, it is. But the good news is that in 2 years, we're going to take both the House and the Senate because he's going to do some really stupid things. And all of a sudden, people that thought he was for them, he's going to renege on everything he made a statement that he was going to do.
Right, because he's a liar and a thief.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And some people can only look at their selfish self-interest instead of looking at the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did. They look at the economy of immigrants as a singlistic issue without looking at the holistic issue. And that's the problem that we have as a people, white, black, or blue.
So I just wanted to share this quote from Andy Havar. She's a big supporter. I told you, all the way from Hungary, and she purchased this book. And you know, Frank, of all people, you know how it is to get support from strangers. But one of her favorite quotes: "The more knowledge of self we have, the less likely we are to become lost in someone else's opinion of us, because we already know our history." Welcome to the show, Frank Johnson. Folks, I should let you know. Well, Frank, why don't you go ahead and make the big announcement? I don't even know if Marsha Jews know. Marsha, did you? Well, I guess you do know. Go ahead, Frank.
The big announcement. Oh, Donnie's moving to ABC2. Is that the big announcement, Donnie?
Yeah, it is. Say hi to Michael Randolph. He down in Tampa. He from Sandtown.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Marsha.
Hey, how's it going?
Good morning. Happy belated holidays to everybody, by the way.
Good morning.
Yeah. But Donnie, yeah, so we are excited. Donnie, in partnership with his executive producer, are launching 3 new TV shows on tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday at 3 p.m. I'm sorry, on December the 1st at 3 p.m. Time's getting away from me, Donnie. I'm sorry. And Donnie's show returns. The Donnie Glover show returns. Yay, on Sunday. Woohoo! And it's action-packed with a lot of amazing, I'm sorry, I was going to say money. A lot of amazing people in the for the first 3 interviews. A lot of Baltimore's, I would like to say, players in the game, in the game for our community. And, you know, as I sat back and edit the show and looked at the show and listened to it over and over and over, I said, wow, there's a lot of amazing things happening in Baltimore. I mean, I'm not sure what this next administration is going to do to that, but, you know, it's good to see the power in Baltimore and Maryland right now. I mean, a black governor, a black mayor, black executives just like really coming to the cause and pouring into Baltimore. And some of the worst, in my opinion, and I love my city of Baltimore, so I don't say this with any slight, but some of the most afterthought communities, Sandtown, North Avenue corridor, Pennsylvania corridor. I always said, you know, it's such a disservice when Pennsylvania was almost the space, and Marsha, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but I have to imagine we are, but I've heard of it. But I never knew that James Brown and the Temptations and artists like that, when they come into Baltimore, they couldn't come into Baltimore without going to Pennsylvania Avenue and visiting some of the venues in the area, because it was such a sought after area. And not to mention, you know, drugs were very a prime thing with artists as well as people coming through Baltimore. But in any instance, there's 2 new shows airing, and I'm excited about that. Sunday, December the 1st at 3 p.m. Donnie's show, I think, airs at 3:30 p.m. But yeah, it's a good time. It's a really good time in Baltimore, man. I never realized how many amazing things are happening in Baltimore. I don't know why my picture looks weird right now, but Donnie seemed to have clicked off or got kicked out of his own show. Marsha, so I guess you would take over, right? That's what's going to happen?
Well, I think you should just continue talking about what you were talking about and what's happening with the
really?
show and
Okay,
how
well,
it occurred. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So let's
Okay.
talk more about the show and how it was created and why it was important.
Right. So the Donnie Glover show obviously is a spinoff from what he's doing now, except we're doing it visually on TV, on television, on local television, mainstream network as well, on ABC2. But some years ago, I think Donnie had a amazing thought of bringing it to TV. So we produced the show. I'm sorry, my phone looks a little off. I'm trying to make sure I'm not off screen. Maybe I should turn it this way. But at some point, Donnie wanted to do a show. He wanted to bring it to TV. So, you know, about 3 years ago, I think about 3 years ago, we launched the show. And we did a 30-minute version for television. We were on Fox Network and I think ABC2 Network. So we returned this year. The great thing about the show is, you know, when Donnie asked me what should he do for the show, I told him, well, you know, there's enough of demise in television. Okay, it looks like someone else jumped off. It's so much other demise in Baltimore, in the news and downplaying of our communities, of our people, and we're already the light is already always shined on robberies and those
All the negative.
the negative in our community. So I told him, Donnie, let's do a show about good news, about good things that's happening. Let's make this all good news. Let's spotlight incredible, amazing strides in our community and those who are a part of it. Let's give those activists and those motivators and those influencers and those talented people in our community. Let's give them their roses. Let's give them their roses now. So, that's what we did, and that's what this show is about. It's about good news. It's about exciting. So, Mark Clark was there at the taping. You were there at the taping. We recorded some stuff, and unfortunately, we recorded way too much stuff, in my opinion. But we really had a chance to record enough for multiple shows. So I'm excited about the second show to come. Yeah, about the second show to come, and I think that show's going to air on. We're going to tape that and air that on the December the 22nd. So December the 1st is the launch date for the re-airing of the Donnie Glover Show. And that's going to be in Baltimore on WMAR ABC2. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about, be honest with you, Marsha. I'm excited about the next taping more so than the one we just did. Because I got a chance in the editing process to see some things that, could have, I could have did better. I could have did better as a producer. So we always look at things and look at it after we did it and said, I could have did that better. In relationships, you break up in a relationship, you say, wow, I could have did that better. I could have been better at this, could have been better at that, and we just live and learn in life. And it was a good learning moment because it made me realize some of the special talents and the special people like yourself that we could utilize to do, you're already entrenched in what we're doing. So let's try to really find a way to highlight and accentuate that. So I'm excited just about segmenting the show a little differently, just to make it fun and kind of a little more segmented.
But that's what you're good at, right? You have to look at your own power and your strength. And you have all of that, Frank Johnson.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You have the vision and the ability to bring not only the people, but the concepts together in order for them to be a success. And so don't downplay that, Frank, because you've been in all of the rooms. Well, but I need to just say it out loud, because sometimes people are light and airy about what they've accomplished, but you've accomplished a lot. And your work has been well respected and well documented. Okay. So congratulations. I'm happy for Donnie that this is actually going to come down. He is deserving of it. My brother from another mother.
Don't we know it? But yeah, I agree with you on those things, and I appreciate the accolades. Be
humble for a minute. Look, Marsha, this cat got platinum records up on his wall. Show him them platinum records, man.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to articulate. The brother's bad.
Well, hold on, let me go to my second wall.
Okay.
Hey, Michael Randolph, we got celebrities on this show, man. Certified, bona fide.
I see. And I'm not surprised because they're around good people.
He got a street named after him. What?
Well, Donnie, after 35 years as an executive in the entertainment business, I would at least like to, have something to show for it. But Marsha, the show is, I'm excited about it. And we got to do some fun stuff with this show, and I can't wait to tape for the next show. It's just who I am. I'm always looking.
Folks. It's time that we go ahead and put Frank on the spot. Frank, we understand that you sing. Can we get a bar or two?
Oh, Jesus Christ. A bar or two of singing. Well, I'll talk for a second. Let me figure which song I want to sing. That's always my biggest thing. The greatest love of all. It's easy to believe. I don't know the words. This feels
You
terrible.
be making up words like Shaka Khan.
I do.
That's all right.
So,
It
Frank,
sounds good.
where
You
do
know
you
what's
see
the
yourself
interesting
in the
thing
next?
is,
It
Larry,
still
is
sounds good.
Love of all.
Yeah.
every song and my wife's like, that's not the words for it.
So look,
And I'm
Frank.
like, I know that, sweetie. That's why I'm singing. But I don't want to not sing it. I know the rhythm. I know the tune as a writer and a producer because
Hey,
I
look.
also write.
Speaking of singing,
So,
Frank.
Frank,
Yes.
where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Ooh. So I see myself in the next 5 years, and I'm really inspired. And thank you for that question. So my inspiration is to find about 10,000, 20,000 square foot property, warehouse and building. I almost want to do what Cat Williams and Tyler Perry kind of did in Baltimore, because I think Baltimore is such an amazing plethora of talent, writers and producers and filmmakers and so forth and so on. And I just want a building, man, so that and it's the arts and media empowerment space. And I'm hoping that there's some investor out there looking and like, oh my God, that's Frank Johnson and Doni and Marsha. We got to do this. Um, but I'm really looking for the financing to find a building and recreate an arts and media space to house spaces to do television, to do taping, content creation, um, and more importantly, to cut about 25% of that space out for education and empowerment center in there for the kids in the communities.
That's
So that
great.
if you go to school and your grades are well and you're consistent with your attendance in school, at least your attendance in school, and that's my number one focus, is that after school you can literally come in and do what Marsha does, which is be an amazing media influence. You can do what Donnie Glover do and be such a major, impactful media person and writer and all of those things. But you could literally not only uh, wish that you could be on TV, but we can teach you and train you to be on TV and do is the same thing we're doing with people like Donnie and Marsha, and literally put you on TV, because we know
Yeah.
that that's not a hard thing to do. So I want to open this empowerment center, and my wife, my amazing wife, Paris D. Rose, she's a writer, creator. She's done 7 books. She has a new book here that she just released called Joy Comes in the Morning. That's her book. That was based on a stage play. We literally just did a stage play for 2 days, 3 shows, her very first stage play, and she
Oh,
sold
wow.
that play out. All three shows sold out. And a black brother in Baltimore who owns the Downtown Cultural Arts Center, his name is Rennie Bass.
Go
Literally,
Randy, go Randy,
literally,
go.
literally, this is what I mean by unselfish, and this is why I want to give back, and this is why I want to do this building. But he literally gave us this space to do the play for 2 days. It was
That's
amazing. It was her
wonderful.
first play. I was skeptic of it when she first came to me and told me she wanted to do a stage play in 6 months, something that
I
she's
love it.
never done before in her life. It was
I
amazing.
love it.
So, yeah, but I just want to be able to, to empower other people. I actually have my own book. I know Donnie's going to say, Frank, why didn't you show your own book? But I actually have a book that I wrote as well. It's called Ambitious. Excuse me. I'm sorry. And it talks about my 35 years as an executive in the music business and stories about, Jay-Z and conversations I've had with LL Cool J and Russell Simmons and just so many major influential people that poured into me. So what I really want to do in the next 5 years is I want to find a way to pour back into the youth, because I think they really need it right now. The youth
Okay,
are our
so
future.
look at Frank.
Yes.
Let me shift over to Michael. Michael, one of the challenges we still face in Sandtown are vacant buildings. Now Frank needs a space.
Let me comment on that. So, Donnie, during your taping, I literally you introduced me to someone who told me, and I quote, Frank, will 2 or 3 buildings work for you? I said, did a black man just ask me would 2 or 3 buildings work for me? I told him, you know me, I'm sorry, Donnie's gonna laugh at me. I told him, well, 5 would probably work, or a whole block. That would probably work better. But the fact that there's
Wow.
they're really trying to, and this is a part of that that development
West
that's
North
going on.
Avenue Development Authority.
Right, Chad, your guy Chad. Oh my gosh, that was such a blessing, Donnie. And this is the great things about being around people like Donnie and Marsha. I mean, I just see the way you guys move in the room and just how much respect you guys have as community leaders and fighters for our communities. It's just a blessing. So I thank you guys for actually allowing me to be a part of what you're doing. And Donnie, thank you for bringing me on as your producer for the show. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. On Sunday, to be honest with you.
That's
Sunday at
exciting.
3:30.
I
Yeah.
definitely want to take my hat off to Donnie. Donnie is what he is supposed to be, and this is just the beginning. If
Yeah.
you think he's going to be local related to his media, don't be surprised if he's going to be nationally on his media. That
I keep,
brother has a long way to go, and he's
yeah,
just beginning as it
I keep
relates to
telling,
that. So I
yep,
definitely want to give a shout out to that brother.
I keep telling him that. I tell Donnie every day. I'm like, Donnie, you not to downplay his own platform, because I think he's come a
Yeah.
long way from his own platform, because I remember Donnie calling me, asking me, Frank, I want, when you going to put this back up? Because I want to come on your show. I said, Donnie, you are a powerful entity. I said, start your own network. It's
Yes.
not that hard. I said, you can log online and literally start your own network in 2 seconds. And look, how long you've been on the air with this, Donnie?
December 2020. So
December. Oh my God, you're coming up on an anniversary, December 2020.
yeah, December makes 4 years. We'll
4
make
years.
4 years.
Wow. Oh my God, I
That's
can
big.
imagine your
First
catalog.
show was Dan Moreheim.
Yeah, we're gonna have to package these shows and send it to CNN or MSNBC, who
Yeah,
X
exactly.
seems to be trying to steal now. But yeah, we're gonna have to send these out. But yeah, Donnie, kudos to you, man, just for being a leader. And again, this is the next 5 years. This is just what I want to. I want to fast track and make an option for kids to be able to learn. And yeah, Donnie, I'm
Michael
excited.
Randolph, you wanted to chime in?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
You wanted to chime in?
Yeah, I'm just elated, man, that black people are doing black things. There's
Black.
so many people to talk about us as a people, and on
Yes.
this show, it's like the sun is shining. And I'm definitely going to share this like I shared so many. And Danny, I want you to know they love you in Florida, especially the Tampa Bay area, because they got the chance to see you through me when I share your posts and everything, and I talk
Mm,
about you. Because you're doing some fantastic things. And Marsha, you're doing some awesome things too. We don't want to leave you out as well. All three of you is why black people are shining. And we need this,
thank you.
especially during this particular time right now, that we
That's
need to
Mm.
show that
true.
we shine even when everything is against us. And I
Yeah.
definitely want to share that with the world, with Florida, and with the rest of the nation. And like I
Right.
said, watch out, Donnie. When you turn that and you see him on national TV, don't be surprised. And Frank, when you come back with that 2 blocks, 3 blocks of
Right.
studio, people are going to say, there you go.
Hmm.
Well,
Because you got to speak it into life.
I think
Frank. Go ahead, Marsha.
I was just going to say, I think that this whole concept, Frank, is huge,
I
and
love it.
it's going to do a real 360 in this town. We need to have products that are our own, spaces that we own, and we have to be able to take control by setting all of this up. And to create these studios is huge on so many different levels, from an educational, from an artistic,
Yes.
and from a community level. And I applaud you and your team and what's going on. Thank you for sharing that with us. Too often we don't know what we don't know, and you all are clearly in the background stirring the pot, making it happen. So congratulations, and I'm just looking forward to seeing the growth with all this potential is fabulous. Thank you
And
for
we should
sharing
thank
that with us.
Dr. Tyrone Taborn Nikki Stevens,
Mhm.
Rayon Don, and Brian, Rondi Griffin. You know, I now get it. When you go on those award shows, there's so many people you got to thank.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
There's
many
a lot
people
of people.
that had a hand in making this happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, because you can't do it by yourself. You got to have
Michael
a team.
Randolph,
You
can
got
you
to
do
have
it by
support.
yourself?
I truly understand the reason the phrase pinned. It takes a village.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's huge.
It truly takes a village. Even with somebody with influence, it still takes a village.
Yeah.
So Frank, you got on. Marsha was talking about our own products. I see you made it your business to throw on something you made. He's a real show off, isn't he?
I think it's
So
good.
the funniest thing is I get tired of asking people and waiting for things. So I went and bought my own press. I
Good.
went and bought my own presser. Here you see I have a box of T-shirts, and I have a press that I can print like anything I wear from now on moving forward. As much as I would like to wear these corporate companies, I create my own. This is my clothing line. It's called Exvier Linda, and I created a jacket for our production so that we can be able to, when we go out, we can be able to brand. Donnie, don't worry, I'll work on one for you. I'll work on
Yeah,
one for you.
I'm just wondering.
Well,
I
wait a
got you. Don't
minute.
worry about it.
Don't
We
exclude
just need,
me.
hey Donnie. So the key to it, Marcia, is if you and I extend that to you because you're my friends. If you go find your jacket and it's blank, just give me the jacket and tell me what you want on it. I'll print it for you.
Awesome.
So that when we walk on the set, we're all branded.
Marsha, we did a
Well,
clip
Marsha,
on
we
them.
know.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, Marsha, we know where the two brothers are going to be at in 5 years. Marsha, where do you plan to be in 5 years?
And we'd like to
5
welcome you
years.
to the Michael Randolph Show.
5 years. 5 years.
Exactly.
Create my own institute.
And Marsha, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I like that word, institute.
Yeah. It's
Institute.
coming. It's
Arts
coming. Like,
and
as a matter
media.
of fact, I had a
Arts and media.
conversation. I had a conversation yesterday with one of my supporters, and he put all some stuff together, laid out some, I guess, an outline of what I'm supposed to do. But this is getting ready to pop off on a global level, so you'll be hearing more. I'm just really excited about it. I'm just like real serious. Sometimes I'm 72. I'll be 73 in March.
Wow.
And
Don't look
yeah, I don't act it for sure. I sure don't act it. But I'll tell you, all right, at 73, what's my legacy? Come March. Oh, so you can deliver that on March 3rd. Thank you very much. I like chocolate, lots of chocolate, lots of chocolate.
My wife wanted a strawberry cake yesterday, so I made a strawberry cake. That I'll bring you guys pieces if you like, and it's all vegan.
I love it. I love it. So we sit down and we look at, and I think we all at some point have the vision, because Frank, you had your vision of creating the studio and doing what you're doing. And Michael, I need to learn more about what you do, because I don't really know you that well. And
He
Donnie,
took everything he learned from Sandtown and took it to Florida.
All right. Well, and that's a wonderful thing. All the best of Sandtown went with
As long
you.
as you're a Ravens fan, we're gonna let you slide.
I couldn't have done what I did without Sandtown. And basically what I do is to provide technical support to nonprofits, especially African American nonprofits, to empower them to be the best they can be in terms of what they do. So that's what I do. I create dreams for folks that simply want to make a change, but everything is against them. So I provide them with that technical support so they too can shine and make their dream come true. So at the end of the day, what do? I create dreams.
Michael Randolph, you got to put a plug in before we go for Jerry Cross, the life of Jerry Cross. God rest his soul.
Wow, I met Jai during the smoke administration during what was that, during the empowerment zone or before the empowerment zone. John is the type of guy to say what he want to say and does what he want to do, and he don't care. And that's what I love about that brother. He can be your best friend, or he can be your worst enemy. Either way, you know, Joy does what he do, and he has impacted my life. I
Mm.
love that guy. He's really good people. No matter what, yeah, he's looking down on us now, probably saying something. Joy is Joy, and anybody that know him know that Joy is Joy. Whether Joy is on the back of a transportation truck or advocating for the community, he still shines. And that brother
Mhm.
right there is the reason why Sandtown is so bright.
Oh, that's nice.
Frank,
And
Mike
that's why
Haney has
he
a question for you. Do you know Paul
again.
Porter?
See, he got us all quiet. Yeah, definitely. He's looking down upon us, man. He is truly good people.
Frank, do
He's
you
going to
know
be
Paul
missed.
Porter?
Say again.
Do you know Paul Porter?
Not personally.
Okay, apparently Michael Haney wants you to know Paul Porter. Yeah, Jerry Cross was and he was strong in the substance abuse community. He helped
Yeah.
me and a number of other people. There was a time I
Mm.
was chasing rocks, dopes, and cokes up and down the street like it was going out of style.
Hmm.
And it took a soldier like Jerry. You know anything about that lifestyle, Michael Randolph?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do. My drug of choice was heroin, who I
Yeah,
thought was my friend, but was my enemy all the time. And when I
yeah,
learned to love me, I
yeah,
hated heroin. So when you
yeah.
start to love yourself, you start to stop those things that are destructive. I think in Baltimore in particular, so many of us, black men and female, was led towards drugs. How could you not be? But we all found our way out of that, and we all have a story to tell.
And that's
I
why
tell you,
we're the greatest love of all.
we got to get Michael Haney on the show. Again, this is Andy Havas. Andy is all the way in Hungary, and she
Whoa.
purchased this book, my second book, I Am Black Wall Street, and she just reminded us of a poem I wrote in there. Uh, I am black and I'm beautiful.
Mm.
Mm,
Thank you for the love, Andy. All the way from Hungary. Mike, sometimes you get more love from a stranger than somebody right beside you. Here you
that's
go,
true.
family. This congratulations. We got to get Michael Haney on the show with all the resources he has. He probably could finance a few months of shows, Frank.
Yeah. Hey, Donnie, can you do me a favor before we close out? Don't I'll be remiss to remind people, but can you put the banner up of the show? Just to remind everybody, Donnie Glover returns to mainstream TV on WMAR, ABC. Guys, this is mainstream network, ABC Channel 2 in Baltimore.
Right on.
Amongst 2.5 million, if I'm correct when I did the research on their numbers
Wow.
for that time slot. We know it's obviously, yeah, but it's a huge audience and it's going to be great. And he's on at prime time,
Outstanding.
three thirty
Congratulations.
in the 3:30 in the afternoon. Good Lord, our shows
Mm,
usually air like 11 o'clock p.m. at night, or midnight, or early 6 o'clock in the morning. He's literally coming on at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. It's going to be amazing. I wish I could
Just
play a
before
snippet.
the Ravens.
Yep. Oh yeah, just before the game. Oh my gosh. So it could be the turn up. It's going to be the turn up. So come get it educated, come get inspired. And just as a note, if you're in Baltimore and you want to know where the money is to do development, this is the show to watch. Everyone we're
yes.
speaking to on that show is talking about um, the opportunities that are Mr. Baltimore
Yeah.
right now, and the money that's available to start up and redevelop Baltimore,
Yeah.
specifically in the Pennsylvania North Avenue corridor, which I think is a major part of our heritage in Baltimore. But and speaking of you guys, speaking of the heroin epidemic and drug epidemic that flew through Baltimore, just then, who has this new facility, an entire block facility that's catering to people with mental illness and drug abuse and substance abuse. And
That's
yeah, it's gonna be
powerful.
a great. It's gonna be a very, very informative show. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it.
You
I worked
should
hard
be.
on editing and putting it together.
And Frank, we're willing to produce other people's shows.
Right. Oh yeah. Woo. Yeah. Well, again, this is all a part of this whole big network that we're trying to form. I was telling Rondi, the executive producer, the other day when we were speaking, probably about 2:00 in the morning, while we were trying to tighten up the show and get it together. I told him, I said that moving forward and everything we do, it's specifically in Donnie Glover's show, this show that's going to air on ABC. We have to really push the mindset of business to business. Businesses have to help each other grow. We have to come together as a much more stronger alliance to help each other grow, to create the awareness, to create the support, and expanding. Because in this next 4 years, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a wave of changes that's going to come upon our community. A lot of, not just the African American communities, but a lot of communities. I know, we spotlight on Black communities, our African American, our Black, brown, and indigenous people. But there's going to be a wave of changes that's going to shift what's going on. And I just think that African American communities, we particularly, have to learn how to do what every other community is doing. I see it in the Hispanic community. I see it in the Jewish community. I see it in the Caucasian community. The difference between us and them is they actually stick together, or they do a great job of seemingly stick together. If we stuck together as business-minded and as a community and as people, I don't mean just talking the talk and talking about I'm Black and I'm proud and all of that, whatever. No, I mean showing that you're Black and you're proud by coming together, by supporting each other, not only in a monetary way, but just in as much as we post online, post about our businesses, post about someone else's business.
So Frank, I just want to maybe tweak that, show that we have to do a better job showing that we stick together, because we do stick together, as is evidenced by this show. We do stick together. We just need more of us to stick together, because I've heard it and I've written editorial after editorial. Black people do stick together. We do support each other. Marsha supports me. I support Marsha. You support me. I support you. Mike supports me. I support Mike. We do. We just gotta increase that number of people who get it, who really get the Black Wall Street mentality.
So Doni, just as a pin to that, we'll stick a pin in that, because I want you to remember that, because again, that's what Doni's show is going to be about. It's going to be spotlighting our strides forward and sticking together and making each other stronger.
And let me just say this, on a friendship, I've said it a lot of times. If you have one friend in this world,
you're rich.
You're rich. And so to have the three of you in my life is enriched because of you.
Thank you, Doni. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marsha, and by the way, I saw something in your segment when we were recording. I cannot wait to bring it to life.
Oh. Okay. Sounds good.
You were taping on the set with us.
Oh, okay.
So I see something I saw something in you. It was a light that I want to bring out. I'm going to bring to life. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a specific segment just dedicated to the show. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, we've got more work to do, and we got to get ready for the next taping, because the next show is going to be airing immediately following. So we've got a lot.
Well, Doni, the exciting thing is I was again blessed at the show. Someone purchased me an additional camera that I'm literally sitting here waiting to arrive. So
wonderful! Congratulations! Yes,
blessings over blessings.
Yes,
It's how God works.
I heard you ran up on a UPS driver.
Yeah, it was the wrong one. I ran outside. I was in the bed. And I
heard you ran outside with your drawers on.
Whatever.
Folks, thank you for joining us Marcia, how can people get in touch with you? Mike Randolph, let's start with you all the way down in Tampa. If people want to reach you, connect down in Tampa, how can they reach you?
Thank you, Donnie. As always, give me the opportunity. They can reach me at 813-857-7657.
Is there,
813-857-7657.
is there a
Donnie, I
website?
appreciate you, my brother.
Is there a website?
Website is Center for Nonprofit and Community Development.com.
God, that's long. We're gonna have to find a smaller phrase, and you know, you can create
I
a
know.
you can create a smaller
Yeah.
version of that, and then create a sublink that'll take you there. By the way.
Yes.
Marcia
Thank you, my
Jews, how can people reach you?
MarciaJews@gmail.com. MarciaJews@gmail.
Frank, how can they reach you? Shout out to Ron D. Griffin. Ron D. Griffin.
Hey, Rondi.
What up, Rondi? That's my brother, man. That is my brother right there. He's a good dude. Rondi is one of those people I say that has a lot of information. I'm not sure if it's fighting to get out of the head or he's just very meticulous on how he allows that information to flow. But I love his mindset. I love his thought process.
He's very deliberate.
He's going to keep all of us sharp. Sharper.
Frank, how can they reach you?
Frank E as an Echo Johnson on pretty much all platforms.
Up to date, down tomorrow, do your day and everything will follow. Nothing to it but to do it. I got to do it, regardless of how I feel.
And don't forget, this Sunday, WMAR, ABC Channel 2, Root Branch Show with Dr. Barnier has her own show, The Marketplace, airing. The Good Morning Show with Mark Clark airing. All three of these powerful black shows, all of these three black powerful shows on one time slot, one after another, right before the Ravens game. So please, if you're from Baltimore, log on to WMAR before the game. Make this your pep rally for our community, our people. Some great information when I say a lot of powerful black businesses, a lot of money available. If you're looking for money for your business, I'm telling you, look at Doni's show on Sunday at 3:30. I'm telling you, he's going to literally tell you where the money is. Literally.
Right.
I was told, go look for the properties you want and call me. That's what I was told.
Outstanding.
I am somebody. I am my brother's keeper. Good morning, world. Love you all.
Thank you.
Love you too, brother.
And happy holidays.
Thank you.
Happy holiday.